last Monday of the 5th month of the year of May of the year 2017, and May is existing peacefully, and then in few days June will take over, just like Shatawale is taking over. Anyway, it's time for me to read your comments on what's being discussed in the country, especially on social media, and that's why this show is called Joy News Interactive, because it's all about you and your views on trending issues. Get onto Facebook page and leave your comments on the issues we have posted there. It's Joy News on TV. Joy News on TV. I am Miss G, the Entertainment General, ready for the show just as you are. So he was transferred down south and came to head the Ridge Hospital. That was when the John Mahama administration was still in existence. Now the MPP government is in power, and he's being told to return to his duties up north at the University of Development Studies. But that didn't go well with Dr. Thomas Anaba, who was sworn to get the court to reverse what he calls an illegality. So he sued the government and is seeking an order from the court declaring that the decision of the Minister of Health was unlawful and therefore null and void and of no effect whatsoever. So he's seeking an order to reinstate him as the medical director of the Ridge Hospital, as well as an order prohibiting the health minister and any other person from taking any unreasonable, unfair, unjust, and capricious decision against the applicant. What do you make of this back and forth? Let's get you a playback of the interview you had with us here at Joy News.
It was from Dr. Sofeyo and a few staff.
You have evidence for?
Oh yeah, no. Oh, he petitioned the president. He petitioned the president, the then president. Or you are not aware of that?
So you think that is he part of this?
He has been appointed
conspiracy
now. He has been appointed now
to sit in your stead.
To sit in my place.
1.5 years into his tenure, Dr. Anaba is being asked to make way for Dr. Emmanuel Sofeyo. He, however, says the health minister who issued the directive has no such power to determine who heads which health facility.
It is illegal. It's power drunk. It's unfair. It is humiliating. Because the letter is in itself doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Exactly?
Because you can't just tell somebody you are restructuring the hospital. He may be competent somewhere, but he himself said it that he's not very good in health. He knows nothing about health.
So how exactly would you want this to be done?
Rescind his decision.
Why?
Because it's not correct.
So until that you're not moving and
why should I move? Why should I obey an illegal, flooded administrative letter?
One other reason Dr. Anaba says has been cited for his removal is that the contractors have questioned his competence to manage the brand new hospital.
The sad thing is that the minister is relying on Bouygues, that the Bouygues company indicated that I'm not competent to manage the place, so he should remove me.
Dr. Anaba says he has already instructed his lawyers to ensure the health minister withdraws his directive and an apology issued for what he says are lapses.
And so that's an interview Hannah Odami had with Dr. Thomas Anaba. We're going right to Facebook to read your comments on the issue. And Simon said, it's sad that this issue has got to this. A few questions begging for answers. One, is it a transfer to occupy the same position or demotion? Has his contract of 5 years ended? What is or are the reason or rationale you're asking, and what length of time was given him to hand over, and is this consistent with the Public Service Act? I think something has gone wrong somewhere, Simon is saying. And Ransford Mensa says, is he saying that he would not be transferred? Is UDS not a place that people need his services? Since there was an MD at Ridge when he was transferred there and happily went, he should leave so that the others will also come. No teacher or nurse will be tolerated in Ghana when they decide not to leave when transferred. I see his basis to be in court useless, and he should leave before he joins the one who appointed him as MD at Ridge. Interesting times ahead, Sana Mohammed is saying. So those are your comments concerning Dr. Anaba's injunction or decision to sue government over his transfer. Let's talk about what some people will describe as good news. A national airline is imminent, and that's according to the Aviation Minister, Cecilia Dapa, and the ministry already has received a lot of proposals from investors seeking to partner government in the establishment of a new national airline. Now, the sector ministry, which is seeking to establish a national airline under the public-private partnership agreement in order to realize the vision of making Ghana an aviation hub in the South region, is compiling the list of proposals for perusal by government's economic management team. So what do you make of this? And Simon says, hope it's done with transparency, so the Ghana will be the beneficiary at the end. And Sana Mohammed says, I wish it could be realized as it's been said, but Ghanaians are good in talking than actions. And I just wish it can be done right in time. And I think it's a step in the right direction since you didn't end your comment, but that's a comment from Kwabna Eji concerning the aviation ministry. Okay, so let's quickly take a break. We're back with some more, including football, here on Joy News Interactive. Welcome back from the break, and let's do football now. Yesterday was sad for lovers of juvenile football as the Black Starlets failed to clinch gold at the just ended Africa Under-17 Championship in Gabon. Here are highlights, and then we'll come back to read your comments.
Gabonese linesman. It's Erica in this competition. Here we go then. It's final time between Mali and Ghana here in Libreville. Oh, they've given the ball away. Now this is a dangerous position. And he wins it back as well. Oh, it might be a penalty. It's a penalty for Mali. Very important penalty. And Mali, oh, they haven't. The follow-up is good, though. And Mali have gone ahead. That's a good through ball again. This is a good opportunity. This is, well, Konate goes down. Well, you can. Here's the penalty. Oh, it's a great stop. He does it again. Aqua with a chance. A free kick coming in. Oh, it's an absolute stunner. Look at Dram, does everything right. Goes forward. He knows that there's a defender less. Not a great shot with camera. Oh, he's taking it on. He's got a shot in, and it's nearly in. Nearly creeps into the corner. The 1st of January, 2000. It's the final whistle. Mali have done it. Mali have successfully defended their title as the champions of Africa in the under-17 category. It's a full closing ceremony.
And those were highlights from the match between the Starlets and Mali. We get to read your comments now. Very unfortunate they couldn't lift the cup. They must quickly put the past behind them and fix their eyes on the ultimate. Wishing the Starlets all the best in the world tournaments. Shalom, peace, you're saying. And Insambila says nothing went wrong besides football is all about win or lose. So at the end of it all, you will find yourself in any of that. So nothing new. Wishing them all the best as they prepare for the World Cup. And Simon says, I said it last week that it's a waste of everybody's time and the state resources. It's not surprising at all. That's why I'm not a football fan. And the Malians were too much for us. They outplayed the Starlets. What class they were. Congrats, Mali, you were saying. And let's see if we have some more messages to read concerning yesterday's match. And there's nothing wrong, it's just the usual disease. Sana Mohammed is saying. And Osanka says they were not focused. A lot of people disappointed that the Starlets couldn't bring the cup home. And the 17 championship which took place in Gabon. I'm wondering what the host nation Gabon will be saying. They didn't make it any far either. But that's not to say that, you know, we couldn't have brought the cup home. But kudos to the Starlets. We pray for the best when they get to the World Cup. So the start of the 2016-2017 English Premier League season, 4 foreign coaches entered the fray. Pep Guardiola to Man City, Jose Mourinho to Manchester United, Antonio Conte to Chelsea, and Jurgen Klopp to Liverpool. Now, the season has ended and some coaches won trophies. Jose Mourinho won the Europa Cup, the EFL Cup, and the Community Shield. Antonio Conte won the English Premier League. Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp won nothing. So today on Joy and I, we are asking, who was the most impressive and who do you think flopped the most? I'm sure you have comments for us, and the football fanatics will take the spots now. They'll tell us reasons why this person won and that person didn't win. So if we have the comments ready, we'll read them to you. So that's the post we have on Facebook there. Let's see what you've got to say concerning these 4 coaches. Now, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Klopp, and also Conte. So let's see what you say. Now, Sana Mohammed said Jose Mourinho was the most impressive coach for winning many trophies and still qualifying for the UEFA Champions League, while Pep Guardiola was a flop because there was nothing. There were many expectations from him in which he ended up without a major trophy. And 3 trophies in one season. Champions League football to come next season, and we managed to do all of that whilst finishing 6th. If we had bad seasons, then Allah help the rest of England in the season to come. Mourinho is the best manager, and Antonio Conte is the most impressive manager because he conquered all Premiership sides, clinched the title. Kwabneje is saying, and Zakaria says Mourinho is the most impressive of all for he annexed 3 trophies for Manchester United. Just say because he is the only person who won 3 trophies, including Europa. An impressive Antonio Conte, flopped Guardiola, and Pep is the most impressive. None flopped for Insombila. And Football Fanatics sharing your opinion on which of the coaches actually flopped and who did very well in this season of the league. And before we go, Arsenal beat Chelsea by 2-1 at Wembley on Saturday to win its 13th FA Cup. Here are highlights of the game.
Well, they started the game well, Arsenal. Chelsea didn't. Look at the way the midfield try and defend against Sanchez there. And you see it again. Ramsey was in an offside position. Sanchez ran onto the ball. There's no knockdown. He didn't touch the ball, Ramsey. The assistant put his flag up. Chelsea stopped. Sanchez didn't. And a very clever finish from Alexis Sanchez, who was...
Azpilicueta. That was an awkward one. It's shaping up that way. Oh, and that's a break for Welbeck. And a cynical challenge for Moses. He knows what's coming. Chance in the second half for Chelsea. There's another one for Pedro. Hazard. Moses. Oh, Anthony. Victor Moses for 2 yellow cards.
That's not a reason to go down. Anthony Taylor has got that.
made by Fabregas. Now Willian. And it's crept in, and Diego Costa has level for 10-man Chelsea.
A bit deeper, or do they continue to try and go and get the winner here?
Oh, they're behind again. It's amazing. It's Aaron Ramsey. That's the response of Arsenal. Simply lost their focus in the joy of equalising. The players on the pitch saying, what's going on here? Circumstances for Arsenal. Bellerin, Cahill comes across and Bellerin puts it wide. Doesn't matter because Arsenal...
And the Arsenal winning that game against Chelsea. That's my father's team, and I repped their jersey last Friday as we prepared towards the Rep Your Jersey, Hits FM's Rep Your Jersey that takes place at the Aviation Social Centre on the 3rd of June. Come repping your jersey as Juventus against Real Madrid, but you can rep any jersey of the team that you support. But we are asking that should this win ensure Arsene Wenger stay at the Emirates? Let's see what you've got to say on Facebook. Nana Aye Reynolds says Arsenal needs to have a sporting director who will buy more matured and experienced players. Wenger must start and fight for the EPL trophy, else he will be totally cost 90, a total cost 90 coach. And Tete says, what do you care about? It's very sure he will stay. The only problem is if highest shareholder will allow much cash to be used in adding more quality to the squad, and they need squad depth like Juventus. And Arsene Wenger is an FA trophy coach. He can't deliver for the Arsenal season, and if that's enough for them, they can keep him. The trophy will honor his departure. No, a dead goat is a dead goat. Once he cannot win a major trophy for us, he should leave our club for us. Enough is enough. Wenger out. I'm sure that's a frustrated Arsenal fan. And Arsenal is bigger than the FA Cup. Gunners for life. And why must Wenger stay? Will this rubber cup guarantee them a place in the Champions League? You are asking. And Kwabna Samuel says, I don't know much, but all I know is he should stay so that he can win the Europa League like my team Manchester United. And as for the FA Cup, is the old man of all the cups in England. So winning it qualifies him to stay. And Eji Mensah says, I think he should stay not because he won the FA Cup. The Arsenal board managed this well before things fall apart. That's what you are asking them to do. You ask them to manage it well. And Hakim says, Wenger should stay, but not because he won the FA Cup. Chelsea, Anaba, and Wenger has to buy more players in order to compete for the EPL trophy. FA Cup isn't the ultimate, so still gets Wenger out. And Arsenal should have made him sign a 20-year contract the next morning. I cannot think far. Hell no, he must go. He's a virus to the club, Watson is saying, and Wenger should stay because he has silenced the noisemaker, says Zakaria. So a lot of people, you know, especially the Arsenal fans, wanting Arsene Wenger to stay. I'm sure my dad will also want Arsene Wenger to stay. He's an old man. Let him stay till he wants to stay no more. But some people think it's time for him to bow out. He's not been able to perform much, according to them. And the FA Cup is no guarantee that he needs to still have his place with the team. But on that note, let's see what picture we've got for you today. Warning, trespassers will be prostituted. Trespassers will be prostituted, and I'm sure the warning is trespassers will be prosecuted. And they said trespassers will be prostituted. We posted this on Facebook. Let's see what comments you've been posting beneath it. And I suspect Lowena or Akrobeto of being the owner of that billboard. And oh, Ghana, we have a long way to go. Prostituted, pa. Ha ha ha. And at least we all understood what you're trying to say. Prosecuted. And illegality, the sign writer must find a home teacher or night school, Benny is saying. And Nestor says nothing wrong with it. We call a dissonance and consonance, writing to the public and the stantology. I'm not sure I get that. And really, you're asking Donko Breedy, and people are laughing. And Kofi thinks that this is mad. And prostituted, what's the meaning, you're asking? And rest in perfect peace, English, Osanka says. And wow, prostituted, you're asking? And oh, okay. Laughable, Kwabneji says, and it means they will be turned into prostitutes. Laugh out loud, definitely not what he means. And really, Hassan Runa is asking, so trespassers will be prostituted. That's the picture of the day. Definitely, we got the message. We got the message that trespassers will be prosecuted. So that's the picture of the day, and there's a nice way to say bye to you this lovely Monday morning. My name is Miss G. There's still more to come here on the Joy News channel. Catch me later in the evening on Joy News Prime as I bring you some entertainment gist. Have a fantastic day.